Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Wednesday, April 16th of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the news tonight, the U.S. Embassy in Grenada is among 10 listed for closure in moves to downsize the U.S. federal workforce. Sentencing delayed for 3 St. Andrew men linked to the disappearance of American couple Ralph Hendry and Kathy Brandel. 23-year-old Ron Clark sentenced to 14 years in prison for dismembering his older brother. And opposition leader confirms Oliver Joseph's replacement as Nolene Thomas. In regional news, former ICC President Justice Chele Ibo Osuji joins CCJ bench, while internationally, Sudan's paramilitaries declare rival government. Coming up in sports, Grenada's Crifta track and field and swim teams to leave tomorrow for Trinidad. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Sentencing has been delayed for 3 St. Andrew men whose 2024 escape from police custody and alleged link to the disappearance of an American couple drew international attention. Court reporter Nisha Paul reports.
In a matter that came up before the St. George's High Court on Wednesday, Trevon Robertson, seen in a red jersey, Ron Mitchell, a white jersey, and Atiba Stanislaus in a red and white striped shirt were scheduled to be sentenced on a slew of serious charges, including rape, robbery, and escaping lawful custody. However, the sentencing judge, Justice Paula Guilford, took the decision to traverse these matters to the next criminal assizes due to the unavoidable absence of attorney Arlie Gill, legal counsel for Stanislaus, who is currently out of state. Additionally, probation reports were only recently received by the court, and adequate time is required for them to be properly reviewed. The trio, who are all from Paradise St. Andrew, pleaded guilty to the charges last month. Robertson, the youngest at 19 and unemployed at the time of arrest, faces sentencing for robbery with violence and escaping lawful custody. Farmer Atiba Stanislaus, then 25, will be sentenced for robbery with violence, rape, indecent assault, and escaping lawful custody. Ron Mitchell, a sailor by profession, who was 30 years old at the time of his arrest, pleaded guilty to robbery with violence, attempted rape, indecent assault, and rape. These matters have been adjourned to Friday, May 9th for sentencing at the St. George's No. 1 High Court. The men made international headlines after escaping lawful custody while being held at the South St. George Police Station in February 2024 and reportedly made their way to St. Vincent aboard a yacht belonging to missing American retirees Ralph Hendry, 66, and Kathy Brandel, 71. They were eventually captured in St. Vincent and extradited to Grenada. The incident prompted widespread concern and media coverage. In a matter still pending, the three were initially charged with capital murder in connection with the couple's disappearance. However, attorney Jerry Edwin, who provides legal counsel for Mitchell and Robertson, confirmed that the charge has since been downgraded to non-capital murder, which carries a maximum sentence of 25 years. The murder case, which is expected to come up for adjudication later this year, continues to draw significant public interest given its international dimension and the gravity of the charges involved. Meanwhile, the current charges carry steep penalties, up to 30 years for rape, 15 years for robbery with violence, and 5 years for escaping lawful custody. However, Edwin says the legal team anticipates a reduction in sentencing in line with standard sentencing guidelines, along with other mitigating factors to be presented at the next hearing. All eyes will now turn to Friday, May 9th, when the court is expected to deliver its final decision on sentencing. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, it was Judgment Day for a 23-year-old man who will spend the next 14 years behind bars after a brutal attack on his own brother left the victim permanently disabled. The sentencing of Ron Clark took place on Wednesday at the St. George's No. 1 High Court following his guilty plea to a charge of maiming. GBN's Nisha Paul has the details.
It was a violent and deeply personal attack that shocked the nation, captured on video and widely circulated online. On November 11, 2021, a cutlass-wielding Ron Clark chopped off his older brother's hand during a heated altercation at the carnage. Now, the 23-year-old has been sentenced to 14 years in prison after pleading guilty to maiming, a charge that carries a maximum penalty of 20 years. His guilty plea earned him a 1/8 reduction on his sentence, but sentencing judge Justice Paula Guilford found little in the way of mitigating factors. Clark, who was 21 years old at the time of the attack, has a criminal history that includes 4 prior violent offenses. The court also noted that the incident occurred just after he completed a bond for good behavior. Clark was represented in the matter by criminal defense attorney George Prime. Prime urged the court to consider his client's genuine expression of remorse, his age, and the potential for rehabilitation. But the court was unmoved, pointing to what it ruled was a premeditated act and not a spontaneous reaction as the defense claimed. Clark said he did not intend to maim his brother, claiming he acted out of rage after being struck in the head with a Guinness bottle. Raymond Clark, now 27, lost his left hand in the attack. The incident has left him depressed, struggling to find employment, and alienated from his family. The court also heard emotional testimony about the ripple effect as Raymond's partner and children continue to deal with the trauma, while the brother's mother is torn between the 2 sons. Trying to cope with the circumstances surrounding her sons, Alvina Sears tells GBN that Ron had endured years of abuse at the hands of his older brother, claiming that Raymond harbored resentment toward Ron because of his darker skin. She described Ron as loving and caring, attributing the incident to unresolved childhood trauma and a long-standing conflict between the 2 brothers.
I don't know what happened that day, but I know I raised them well. I won't take it on, I know I won't take it on. My mind rests a little that the case finished. And everything, I just hope and pray that he's a diabetic, and he's asthmatic. Well, right now I find the sugar may up because see in the corner by here they start to get red. So when they go up there, they might have to see after him. But he be okay, I guess he could be okay. Let he go up, make it time and come back out. So that might help him get more nice when he come out. That might make he behave more better. Well, he needs to get trouble. It's just that one coincidence what happened. But that might help him think more positive than negative. he gonna be okay. He gonna be okay.
Along with the prison term, Clark was ordered to undergo counseling, anger management, and substance abuse treatment, as well as life skills training. Failure to comply could add 6 more months to his sentence. While the court denied Raymond Clark's request for financial compensation, it noted he is free to pursue civil action. Acknowledging the gravity of the crime, the judge also encouraged him to consider becoming an advocate for persons with disabilities, turning his personal tragedy into a platform for awareness and change. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
The U.S. Embassy in Grenada is reportedly among 10 embassies and 17 consulates being considered for closure as part of a sweeping cost-cutting initiative under the Trump administration. According to news reports, U.S. diplomatic missions worldwide have been instructed to explore reducing both American and locally employed staff by at least 10%. The move forms part of a broader effort by President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk to significantly downsize the U.S. federal workforce. A recent report in the United States revealed that President Trump is determined to align federal agencies more closely with his, quote, America First agenda. The president recently signed an executive order to overhaul the U.S. Foreign Service aimed at ensuring the faithful and effective execution of his foreign policy goals. Additionally, State Department leaders are reportedly weighing proposals to slash the department's budget by nearly 50%. In response to inquiries from GBN, the U.S. Embassy in Grenada issued a brief statement saying, "The State Department continues to assess our global posture to ensure we are best positioned to address modern challenges on behalf of the American people." In a bold move to reshape youth employment outcomes, 37 Imani trainees are entering a new transition phase after years of private sector training without permanent placement. Details in this Rena Pierre-Thomas report.
37 Imani trainees who were not retained as full-time employees by private sector businesses, despite years of training within those establishments, have been removed from their current placements and are now in a transition phase. According to the Ministry of Youth, these individuals will continue to receive their program stipends without interruption as new arrangements are made for them to resume training in alternative environments. In 2024, the ministry held a series of consultations with private sector stakeholders, urging them to absorb trainees into their workforce by offering full-time employment at no less than the national minimum wage. Businesses were also asked to formally confirm their commitment to this transition by March 31st, 2025. Youth Minister Delma Thomas confirmed that as a result of this engagement, earlier this month, 47 of 79 remaining trainees were successfully retained across 30 private sector placement sites.
So we took a decision as a government that we will remove the 37 affected trainees and they will be redeployed, and their supervisors also, they are aware that we are moving them because we believe that they are being exploited where they are, where these businesses decided that we're not taking them, we can't take them. So we decided to move them, continue to pay them while we provide them with alternative engagement.
She added that preparations are underway for phase 2 of the transition process, which will focus on trainees currently placed within state-owned enterprises. The aim is to transition these individuals into full-time roles at their current placements, bridging the gap between training and long-term employment.
Leading to the end of 2024, over 200 trainees were transitioned into the government system. We had teachers, we had them in legal affairs and some other ministries. We have a number of other trainees who are in other ministries, and they will be part of the transition process at different periods. And so there are some also who still need to be retrained, because after all, there are some who are maybe the 3, 4, 5 years and still do not have the ability to do what is expected of them. And so we will have to look at other ways and means to provide them with the necessary training that will make them effective on the job market.
Minister Thomas also noted that more than 200 Imani trainees in the private sector had already secured full-time employment by December 2024 after completing years of training. She firmly refuted claims that the ministry or the government is arbitrarily removing Imani participants from the program and sending them home. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Coming up, opposition leader Emmeline Pierre says qualified electors are unable to register parliamentary election sub-offices. But Arthur Pierre, supervisor of elections, says the problem has been resolved. Stay with us.
Are you looking to further your education but need financial support? Arise Credit Union is here to help. With our educational loan, you can pursue your dreams. Whether you're working and studying, taking professional online courses, or engaging in full-time education, we've got you covered. Our flexible repayment options and competitive interest rates provide the right support for you on this journey. Visit Arise Credit Union. Apply today, take control today, and own your own education.
Boy, yo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up.
I'm coming. Karim, what are you doing?
Fly my kite.
Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy.
Why not? The wind good.
Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, it can cause power outages, or even worse, it can get shocked.
Come, let's go and fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
Tracksuit, water bottle, sneakers. It's time. Let's get ready to join us on the road this year for Quad Bank's annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Tell your family and friends and let's get moving towards a healthier lifestyle. Carry a coup. Come out in your numbers on Sunday, April 6th from 4 p.m. as we pump it up from Alexis Food Store's car park to the Hillsborough Tennis Court. On Sunday, May 4th, the action is on the mainland. We're hitting the road at 4 p.m. from Montrouge Playing Field to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Registration ends on May 2nd or while stocks last. So get your packages today. Individual packages cost $20. For groups of 3 or more, packages cost $15 each. Proceeds go towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. Visit our website for more details. See you on the road for
Welcome home.
Grenada, get ready for the most anticipated kids event on Saturday, 19th April, Easter Saturday.
They not like us.
It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Monrouge playing field, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy rides, slides, obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castle, go-kart, and much, much more.
Mom, I love this.
Then from 6 p.m. we move stateside for special performances. Come see the mind-blowing illusions and mesmerizing dancers from the overseas acts. Soca performances from Guana, Shekwan, Black Barbie, and Young Man. Admission kids only $5. Adults $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monrouge playing field. Something no kid wanna miss. It's the Easter Kids Extravaganza.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep, including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. A new female caretaker has been appointed for the constituency of St. David under the new National Party banner. Political leader Amelin Pierre spoke with Chrislina John.
Leader of His Majesty's Opposition, Honorable Amelin Pierre, has confirmed to GBN that Mistress Nolan Thompson has been appointed as the caretaker for the constituency of St. David.
So, just to confirm, Mrs. Nolan Thompson has been appointed by the executive of the New National Party as the caretaker for the constituency of St. David's, taking over from Brother Oliver Joseph, who has indicated to the party since after the last general election in 2022 that he does not have an interest in continuing in the role of caretaker or candidate for St. David's. And so a decision has been taken to appointed Mrs. Nolan Thompson as the caretaker for this constituency.
Mrs. Thompson, who is a resident of St. David, is the owner and operator of Sweet Grenada Tours. Thompson will replace Mr. Oliver Joseph, who previously indicated he would not be contesting the seat again. Oliver Joseph joined the New National Party in 2013 and was elected a Member of Parliament for St. David. During his tenure, he served as Minister for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs from 2013 to 2018. In 2018, Joseph was appointed Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Business and CARICOM Affairs, a role he held until the 2022 general election. In addition to his ministerial position, Joseph was elected chairman of the NNP in 2018, succeeding Anthony Boson. Following the 2022 election, Joseph made his position clear that he will not be defending his seat in any subsequent election. GBN's attempt to obtain a comment from Mrs. Thompson was unsuccessful as she was not available at the time. With the recent spate of resignations from the New National Party, there remains a number of slots to be filled. An NNP caretaker is needed for the town of St. George, currently held by Member of Parliament Honorable Peter David, who was the first to resign from the party in January this year. A caretaker is also needed for the constituency of St. George Northwest, a seat held by former opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell for more than 2 decades. The opposition leaders said they are in conversation with a number of individuals who will be made public soon.
Other constituencies where we have to make new appointments, we've already made some decisions and will be making announcements within the coming days as it relates to other constituencies.
Christina John, GBN News.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Emmeline Pierre has described the situation where qualified electors are unable to register at the sub-offices of the Parliamentary Elections Office as one that borders on an electoral crisis. However, Supervisor of Elections Arthur Pierre says the problem has been resolved and registration will resume after a test of the system is completed. Claiming that hundreds of people were denied the right to register during the first few months of the year, she said the first quarter addendum list published recently, and to which claims and objections can be submitted until April 29th, is not a true reflection of the people who wanted to get registered because they were turned away due to the existing system's malfunction.
Any constituency in Grenada, right?
Also, no, it's right. Constituent, it's island-wide now.
So let me make that point again. Right now, no one in Grenada, Carriacou, Petit-Martinique can get registered because the problem is now island-wide. And this is dangerous. This is dangerous, right? So this addendum, there are hundreds of people, I'm sure, who are denied an opportunity to appear on this addendum. And the situation is further exacerbated by the fact that right now, no one can get registered, right? So the question is, why are we where we are right now? Why are we in this crisis, this electoral crisis? And if anybody describes this as anything else, they're not being honest, they're not being fair.
The Supervisor of Elections says one of the challenges facing the Parliamentary Elections Office is the outdated system, which was installed more than 10 years ago. The company which installed the current system no longer exists, and the government has allocated funding for a new system, which is at this time at the procurement stage. The Compliance and Enforcement Unit of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority has combined forces with the Royal Grenada Police Force to catch the perpetrators responsible for a recent spate of vandalism of public property. The details from Christina John.
During the past week, 6 signs erected by the unit meant to deter persons from engaging in illegal dumping were damaged and, in some instances, removed. This act of non-compliance to the waste management and environmental legislation occurred in 4 specific locations in St. Patrick, St. Andrew, and St. George. The matters surrounding these recent occurrences have been reported to the respective policing districts for investigation. GBN was in conversation with Godfrey Fleming, compliance manager at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, via telephone on Wednesday.
But there are some areas where our signs had been completely destroyed or missing. For example, in the Savant-Swayze area, the River Antoine area, and Dunfermline area. Those signs were completely damaged. Since the Compliance Enforcement Unit had made reports to the police in that district, because we are taking this thing very serious. The Compliance Enforcement Unit is also dealing with their own investigations. And so far, we are getting some leads to individuals that are involved in that misconduct, I have to say.
Fleming also noted a recurrence of the act in the Manhattan area. He commended members of the public who have been reporting these offences to the unit.
Openly, it is not a secret that we are aggressively in the process of having all areas, all inlets, be totally supervised under our surveillance. Right? So, as I said, in the coming months, I am assured, and I'm very optimistic, that there will be a decrease in the illegal dumping and also the prosecution of the defaulters when they are caught. Not if, but when they are caught.
In a related matter, investigations carried out by the Compliance and Enforcement Unit in the south of the island has resulted in the apprehension of one individual who has been charged for the offences of vandalism and damage to public property in the Montrouge area. Shaquille Baptiste, alias Mondel Paul, a machine operator of Montou St. George, in his mid-30s, made his first court appearance to answer to the charges and will reappear in the St. George's Magistrate Court on June 6th. The Compliance Unit is calling on members of the public who may have information that can lead to the identification of the person or persons engaged in these recent acts of vandalism to contact the Compliance and Enforcement Unit of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority or the nearest police station. The unit assures the public that all information given will be confidential. A $50,000 fine and 6 months imprisonment applies to the removal of signage in areas such as parks, riverbanks, seashores, and protected areas, while $20,000 and 3 months imprisonment applies for the removal of signage along roadsides and other areas. Christina John, GBN News.
Frustration is rising among Beauséjour housing residents as mounting trash and poor waste management disrupt daily life. Rena Pierre-Thomas spoke with residents about their concerns.
Residents of Beauséjour lower income housing unit are raising concerns over the lack of a proper garbage disposal area near their community. They explained that the only garbage bin previously placed in the area was removed and has not been replaced. According to residents, they were informed that the garbage truck could no longer access the location due to a nearby slope that made collection difficult. As a temporary measure, some residents have begun dumping their garbage into a nearby drain where the truck usually passes and collect. However, this has caused major inconvenience for at least one homeowner, as stray dogs often scatter the trash across her property, creating a health hazard.
When I came, he had a garbage up there. They remove it because of that little hill there. That was steep for a truck because I just drive truck as well too. So something like that, you have a infrastructure up here. We don't don't have a place up here to give out garbage, to put garbage. We had to go and put it by a lady place, and yeah, she does Carl.
Right, where it is being dragged all over the place, the garbage go into the ladies, and every Tuesday morning she had to be cussing. So then you have the tenants in the housing scheme, and you don't make it no reservation to put a bin. You had a bin, you take it out and put in the garbage on the side of the road for dog and what. It doesn't look good. And most of the time the garbage truck comes sometimes all after 3 in the evening, 2-3 o'clock in the evening. That time dog don't scatter it all over the place already.
The residents are now calling on the Grenada Housing Authority, which oversees the housing project, to step in and arrange a proper waste management solution.
They could at least, you see on the ground there, yes, it's a private property, but at least do something to facilitate the people up here. Put something like in order that it won't bug the lady there. If all you had to rent a little piece of land, all you had to ask her to have permission for a little piece, build something nice, cage it, think dog can't think. Because I think the authority, the housing authority and the Ministry of Health need to look into this matter, because I think the garbage bin need to be replaced. You know, because at the end of the day, you cannot host a garbage bin on either side of the road there.
Every day she have to come and drop down she garbage down for me to put in my bin down there. So what I recommending is now that definitely they should definitely have a bin up here, so the truck, the people in the citizen area should definitely could just throw the garbage inside it. So when the truck come, they could pick it up, so everybody interested.
Speaking with GBN, Jason Williams, head of the Grenada Housing Authority, confirmed that the organization is aware of the issue and is currently working to establish a temporary solution.
The vehicle currently used by the contractor, as a garbage contractor in the area, has difficulties entering and exiting the compound. That's what we've learned. In discussions with the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, we advise to request that the residents either neatly park their refuse at the entrance of the compound and also utilize bins along the route leading up to the compound. We empathize with the affected residents and the wider community, and going forward to help alleviate the problem, the authority will procure special receptacles for the waste disposal to serve both our residents at the Boucherjou housing scheme and the general wider Boucherjou community.
Rena Thomas, GBN News.
St. Patrick's Catholic School emerges winner of the 2025 National Nutrition Quiz Champion. We'll tell you more about it right after the break.
Start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB, SME, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition. Got the whole bag's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. ACB, Start, manage, expand your business today.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and nice. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherish Springs off Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
Attention all homeowners and contractors. It's happening again at Concord Distributors Limited. It's our massive store-wide sale. Get up to 50% off on selected items, whether it's plumbing, electrical, or construction. Visit us today. We are located at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or you can call us at 444-1024. Concord Distributors Limited, the name you can trust for all your construction needs. Sale ends on April 30th, 2025.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding Multi-X to your bet? Yes, Multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and Multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, Multi-X all of the daily games.
With Multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add Multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on-blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to old plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Blow, keeping you connected.
In an exciting display of teamwork, critical thinking, and nutrition knowledge, St. Patrick's Catholic School emerged as winners of the 2025 National Nutrition Quiz, held on the 10th of April 2025 at the Grenada Youth Center. Christina John has the details.
The event, hosted by the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, the GFNC, brought together the top-performing primary schools from the zonal contests to test their knowledge of nutrition and healthy lifestyles. Under the guidance of teacher Erica Sincere, the winning team, comprising Nathan Olive, Keon Andrew, Maya Chitterman, and Anelia Phillip, earned an impressive score of 72.5 points to secure the well-deserved trophy and prizes. Hillsborough Government School placed second with a commendable 67.5 points. In a dramatic sudden death finish, Montreal Seventh-day Adventist SDA School secured third place with 63.5 points, while the St. George's SDA School placed fourth, showing impressive poise and knowledge with their culminative points of 62.5. The GFNC Chief Executive Officer, or CEO, Lydia Brown, expressed her satisfaction with the competition. She congratulated all participants in this year's quiz, stating, and I quote, "Your understanding of nutrition is truly inspiring and deserving of celebration. This quiz goes beyond a mere test. It serves as a spark to ignite a lifelong passion for nutrition education and to foster a culture of wellness that positively shapes children's lives." But education alone is not enough. The government, alongside principals, teachers, parents, and children, must unite as ambassadors of change. By collaborating to create supportive environments, we can empower young minds to build healthy relationships with food. Together, we can leave a lasting impact and pave the way for a healthier future for the children of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Unquote. The GFNC also proudly acknowledge all schools that participated in this, presenting certificates of participation as a token of appreciation for their hard work and commitment to nutrition awareness. This annual event is part of GFNC's broader mission to promote the health and well-being of the Grenadian population, encouraging them to make informed food choices and practice healthy lifestyles. Christina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. We'll have your sports and international news report right after the break.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, so no. Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. Yeah, them masses are gone. I see that. About 10 now. Them man make a hard day, man. Me a 38 day, but you man 92. Yeah. You need the number one run, man. That is it. No what? Nice. Yeah. You number one. Ah, yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number one rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brandon, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
One venue, 3 cars, $35,000 in cash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one, because on Saturday, May 3rd, from 6 p.m., get set for the biggest event for 2025, the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo at the National Stadium. You can win 3 mint-condition cars, a Suzuki Ignis, a Suzuki Swift Sports, and a Honda Vezel Plus. But wait, that's not all. You can also win $35,000 in cash.
Whoa, is this real?
Yes, it is. 3 cars plus $35,000 in cash. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. This will definitely be the event for 2025. Don't miss the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Saturday, May 3rd at the National Stadium. Brought to you by Carib. It's the way we play.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. Grenada selected a 37-member track and field team to participate in CRIFTA 2025. The team is the island's largest in the history of the regional games. The team was officially presented with their kit during a ceremony yesterday at the Carney James Athletic Stadium. Team members include the likes of Ethan Sam, Kyle Ned, Ariana James, Christophe Caliste, Delaron John, Tyreek Thomas, Shante Augustin, Emilio Brown, Ian George, and Jolrell Clement. 32 of the 37 members of the team are home-based. The other 5 are foreign. 4 will join the contingent from Jamaica and 1 from Xavier High School from the United States. President of the Grenada Athletics Association is Conrad Francis. According to him, the expectations are high.
Changed a lot. Things have changed, and the games has developed into one of the world's best junior games. Therefore, it is very, very hard to get a medal. Very difficult. So, in our last games, we got 13. So, our target this time around, how many medals do you think you all will get? We hope that the athletes will perform very well, and their best will be good enough for us, their best. Although each one of them will be aspiring to win a medal. But if they don't, we want to know that they have performed their best and they have achieved their best performances for the year. And we call that season best or personal best, their PBs. So we are looking forward to that.
Ethan Sam and Kyle Ned agree.
My personal best in the 100 is 10.46 and in the 200 is 21.33. What we looking to expect is getting a national record in the relays, hopefully. Well, we're supposed to have it in the bag.
And I'll be taking part in the 110 hurdle, 400 meter hurdle, 400 meter, the 4x4 relay and mixed relay. My chances in the 400 meter hurdle, I could get the goal if I push hard for it, and we are looking to get the national record for the 4x4 and the 4x4 mixed as well. So we can medal in a lot of events.
Annie Logie is a first-time participant at the Games.
At the CRIFTA Games this year, I'll be running the 800, the 1500, and the 4x4 relay. My expectations for these races is that I get a personal best, and hopefully I'll be able to medal in the 800 as well as the 4x4 with my team.
Grenada's full contingent is 43 persons. The team starts their travels tomorrow. Meanwhile, the CRIFTA swim team will be leaving the island as well to participate in the 38th CRIFTA Aquatic Championships to be held in Trinidad from April the 17th to the 23rd. The team is comprised of 12 national swimmers. They are Kira Carwich, Tilly Collymore, Sarah Dowden, Kristen Gresham, Glennis Angelina Jackson Bain, and Zia Oliver. The others are Jaziel Francis, Caleb Williams, Ethan Gunpot, Jacob Collymore, Patrick Dowden, and Ethan Chufuk. There are 6 first-timers to the team this year. Among them are Ethan Gunpot, Ethan Chufuk, Caleb Williams, Patrick Dowden, and Glennis Angelina Jackson Bain. Tilly Collymore and Sarah Dowden, who are both based off Ireland, have competed in several international competitions, such as the Commonwealth Games and Junior and Senior Worlds, and Collymore in the 2024 Paris Olympics. They both are also previous CRIFTA medalists. Andre Fletcher was at the peak of his powers over the weekend, smashing consecutive centuries to lead Botanical Gardens Rangers to victories over Salt Pond Breakers and Fort Charlotte Strikers in the Vinci Premier League T10. In Saturday's clash with Salt Pond Breakers, Fletcher blazed his way to 106 not out from just 30 balls, hammering 13 sixes and 5 fours at a staggering strike rate of 353.33, chasing a daunting 154. The Rangers cruised to 157 for 1 in just 8.4 overs. Fletcher's assault made light work of a Breakers total that was built around quick-fire 45s from Sunil Ambrose and Daniel McDonald, with support from Haston Jackson's 33 off 12. Despite the Breakers imposing 153 for 5, the Rangers bowlers shared in the spoils. Daryl Cyrus picked up 2 for 34, including the key wicket of Ambrose, while Ronil Jeffrey delivered an exceptional over. The following day, Fletcher was unstoppable once again, this time torching the Fort Charlotte Strikers for 104 not out from 39 balls, cracking 10 fours and 7 sixes. He received support from Kieran Kotoy, who added 19 off 18 before retiring out as Rangers piled up 132 for 2 from their 10 overs. The Strikers mounted a spirited chase led by Cosmos Hackshaw's unbeaten 39 off 21 balls and Kyle Jordan's 35 off 15. But ultimately, they fell short at 111 for 7. Ronil Jeffrey was the peak of the bowlers with 2 for 7 from his 2 overs, well backed by Daryl Cyphers, who earned 2 for 10, and T. Jordan Pope, who earned 1 for 30, as Rangers secured a 21-run win. The twin victories moved Botanical Gardens Rangers to 4th in the table with 3 wins from 7 matches and 6 points. Fletcher, who added 18 in a losing effort to Salt Pond Breakers on Monday, remains the tournament's top scorer with 246 runs at a blistering strike rate of 264.52 and the only player so far to register centuries in VPL 6.0. With form like that, Fletcher continues to underline his status as one of the most destructive batters in the T10 format, giving the Rangers momentum as the tournament heads into its final stages. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. The Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, has a new judge. Nigerian-born Justice Chale Ebu Osuji was officially sworn in at the President's house on Tuesday morning, replacing Justice Andrew Burgess from Barbados, who recently retired. TTT News reports.
Criminal Court, the ICC, a legal advisor to the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, and conducted appeals before the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court of Canada. And now Justice Chile Obo Usuji has joined the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, filling the vacancy brought about by the recent retirement of Justice Andrew Burgess from Barbados.
So the court serves its purpose not only as a court for the CARICOM nations to resolve disputes arising from the Treaty of Jaguaramas, but also there is no need to look beyond the seas for a final court of appeal, given the quality of judges we have on that bench.
TNT's President Christine Kanglu described the appointment of the newest judge to the CCJ as a perfect match.
Among his many other accomplishments, Justice Evo Osuji also has the distinction of having served as the 4th President of the International Criminal Court and is the first former judge of the ICC to be appointed to the CCJ. Justice Evo Osuji and the CCJ are a perfect match.
Justice Ebo Osuji also responded to questions on whether he would like to see TNT having the CCJ as being the final court of appeal on all matters.
It should have already have happened. It's not about during my tenure. I think, as I said, Trinidad and Tobago is one of the leading nations in the region. And they could have led by that example to say, look, we're going to repatriate the administration of justice, our own administration of justice.
CCJ President Justice Adrian Saunders said the court received a total of 25 applications for the vacancy, mostly from the Caribbean, following which 5 were shortlisted, one being from Trinidad and Tobago.
Sudan's paramilitaries have declared the formation of a rival government, the country's armed forces, 2 years into a war that has become the world's largest humanitarian crisis. According to the UN, more than 400 people have been killed in recent attacks by the RSF, citing credible sources. Going into its 3rd year of deadly conflict, both the army and RSF have been accused of war crimes, including genocide and mass sexual violence.
Well, Britain's Foreign Secretary David Lammy said that this conference was called here in London because the eyes of the world should be on Sudan. And he's absolutely right on that point. Sudan's war is the worst in every way. The world's worst humanitarian crisis, the world's worst displacement crisis, 13 million people on the move. Also accusations of sexual violence on an industrial scale, repeated accusations of war crimes, even possible genocide. There was a call from the conference for a ceasefire and also for Sudan not to be partitioned. But the warring parties, not even Sudanese civil society groups, were around the table, which brought together all of the international actors, including countries like the United Arab Emirates and Kenya, who are accused of backing the Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, even though they deny it. And even as this conference was taking place, the RSF had launched a major offensive against the town of Al-Fasher in the west of Sudan. It's the last bit of territory in that part of Sudan, which is still in government hands. And the Sudanese army is accusing the RSF of trying to take that last bit so that they can declare a parallel government. So for all of the fine words which came out of this conference, there is no sign yet that these two warlords, the head of the armed forces, General Burhan, his rival, the head of the Rapid Support Forces, General Dagalo, known as Hemeti, are ready to lay down their arms. And also, not enough sign that the powerful countries, so many countries on either side of this war, are ready and able and willing to put enough pressure on these antagonists in order for them to stop this huge crisis unfolding in Sudan.
China has unexpectedly appointed a new trade envoy, as officials said the U.S. practice of, quote, tariff barriers and trade bullying is having a serious impact on the global economic order. The shift comes as Beijing refuses to back down in an escalating trade war with Washington, triggered by U.S. President Donald Trump's hefty tariffs on Chinese goods.
Well, certainly the appointment of Li Chenggang shows two things. One, that the Chinese government sees difficult waters ahead and needs someone to help steer through those waters, but also that it is potentially preparing to, at some point, negotiate with the US. Now, why do I say that? Because he's a decades-long experienced trade negotiator. He's the former Chinese ambassador to the World Trade Organization in Geneva, and just the type of person you would want if you were the Chinese government and you're wanting to sit down with the US and do a deal on trade. So where are we at with the trade war? Well, Donald Trump says the ball is now in China's court. He said to his supporters that China needs to do a deal with us. Well, the Chinese government isn't behaving like it needs to do anything of the sort and is instead digging in. And I'll just read you, this is something from an editorial here from state-run media here, the China Daily, English language media, controlled by the government, calling on the US to stop whining when it comes to trade, saying that the US is not getting ripped off by anybody, but rather it's been living beyond its means for decades, borrowing to achieve a higher standard of living than it's entitled to based on its actual productivity. So, you know, a lot of barbs there from the Communist Party directed towards the US, showing that they're just pushing back yet again on Donald Trump and essentially saying, you know, we're not in any rush. I mean, there is an acknowledgement here that this is going to hurt, but China, you know, is saying to the rest of the world, we can tough it out, and really everybody else should be standing up to Donald Trump in the face of such bullying as well.
That's what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. The U.S. Embassy in Grenada is among 10 listed for closure in moves to downsize the U.S. federal workforce. Sentencing delayed for 3 St. Andrew men linked to the disappearance of American couple Ralph Hendry and Kathy Brandau. 23-year-old Ron Clark sentenced to 14 years in prison for dismembering his older brother. And opposition leader confirms Oliver Joseph's replacement as Nolene Thompson. In regional news, former ICC President Justice Chile Ibu Osuji joins CCJ bench, while internationally, Sudan's paramilitaries declare rival government. In sports, Grenada's Carifta track and field and swim teams leave tomorrow for Trinidad. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a repeat broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again tomorrow night.